Hi guys, so Autool, the guys over at Autool have sent me their new Diagnostic multimeter, the DM303. It's completely unreleased, currently only available to the product reviewers. So we've got injector testing, analog signal testing, relay test, data reading for CAN and K line. It's a really nice box. Ignition signal testing, oscilloscopes, voltage, current. So let's have a look what's inside the box and go from there. We will do some function videos as and when. So first off, comes in this nice rigid plastic case. What does it say here? So it's the R2 logo, Auto Diagnostic Multimeter, DM303. Let's get her open. Ooh, nice. So we've got the booklet, instruction manuals, user manuals, standard test leads. I have already had these out. It's 2mm on the ends. There's the meter. A little bit hard with just one hand, but here's the meter. It is really nice looking. Obviously we've got our standard 4mm plugs at the bottom here, voltage, common ground, milliamps, amps. There's a serial port on the top and a light. I'll turn it on. Nice, really nice backlit screen, buttons. So obviously voltmeter, ammeter, ohm meter, cranking test. Vehicle circuit test, which I believe, looking at it, I've not tested it, is a bit like a signal finder for short to power, short to grounds. You know, you've located, oh, you got a short to ground on this, but where is it? Oscilloscope, relay testing, injector testing, signal out, so that's your waveform generator, CAN decoding, K-line decoding, ignition, frequency, and then, like I say, your settings. Really nice. We just opened the voltmeter. Obviously nice big display down to 3 decimal places. You can pull down resistor, change it volts AC to DC, with the function there, AC, and you can also put it into oscilloscope mode. So I'll be interested in that, because I love my oscilloscopes, and being mobile, it's a nightmare getting the Pico out all the time. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's the unit itself. A bit lightweight. I'd expected it might have felt a bit heavier, but buttons are nice, they feel firm and they click well. Obviously you got your input jacks. I believe for current rating as well, reading it, it's the fuses are self-resetting. So there's actually no fuses in this. So it pops and it resets. How long it takes to reset, I don't know. It is powered by 4 AA batteries behind here, which I believe you can get a battery pack to make it rechargeable via USB-C in here. But no, I like it. It's nice. It's nice. We need to put it in action. Let's have a look what else we get in here. So lift that foam out, and oh my god, would you look at that. Leads galore. So we've got various breakout pins, which obviously I assume go with one of these leads in here for your injector and relay testing. Makes perfect sense. All the instructions are in the manual. We've got our battery lead for hooking up to the battery for doing cranking test, and that looks pretty nice, long, well made, pretty smart. A serial jack input, I'm not sure what that's for yet. That might work with this. We need to look, like I say, we need to actually get this open and have a play with it and work out what's actually going on with it, but I think that might work with this. I don't know. and I can tell what that is already. That is an ignition probe, so you can actually detect secondary ignition with this on coil and plug systems. So that's just a quick unboxing of it. First impressions, I'm pretty impressed. I plan on doing a rig up, so I'm going to get the bench power supply, get a bulb, test it with my fluke, and this one test the difference in voltage, if there's any difference in voltage output between the fluke and this, current output if there's any difference. We'll also then get it to the car and I will do a little bit of scope work with it. Obviously it's not going to replace something like a Pico, but I believe that it's going to have its place, and it's going to have its place quite very prominent on a car. I think the biggest thing that I'll be using it for is probably lin circuit integrity, because the amount of times you get to a component and there's only 3 wires to it. 3 wires, power, ground, lin. Yep, got 12 volts, test light lights up, got a ground, test light lights up, go on the lin. Oh, I've got well, I've got 9 volts. Okay, obviously 9 volts, if we've got it's an average reading, so it's a plausibility we have activity, but we actually need to physically see that activity is taking place, and we get 30 minutes then to like sort of dig the Pico out and everything that we haven't got lying about because we're mobile. Whereas this, I'm already doing my voltage measurements, boom boom boom, press the button, we're in oscilloscope mode, and we can see our lin signal. So I think that is where it's going to come into a world of its own, but we'll see. And like I say, I'll get it tested in the real world now, on some proper faults on proper cars. We'll look it up on a bench, test the accuracy of it and what have you, and we'll go from there. But no, first impressions, really good. Autool's DM303, first impressions, get it bought.